Okay, so good day class. So today we're going to compute the quantity of cement and sand for plaster. So we're going to use the per square area method. Okay, so to do that, first we're going to compute the total area of this wall here. So we're going to get the first area. We're going to rename it as area 1. Now let's get the height of the fence, which is 2.70 meters. Then let's multiply by the total length. So that's 20, 20, 15. So that's 55 meters. Then since there are two sides of the wall that we're going to plaster, so we're going to multiply that by 2. So 2.7 by 55 times 2, we're going to have 297 square meters for the two sides. Okay, now let's get the plastering needed for the thickness. Okay, so we're going to call that as area 2. Now we're going to multiply the thickness. I think it's in your lower building tech studies that the thickness of CHB is 0.15 to 0.20. Now let's assume for this one that thickness is 0.15 meters. And let's multiply that by the total length. Now, the total length at the top is 20 plus 20 plus 15, which is 55. But since you have here 2.7 and 2.7, so that's going to be 55 meters plus 2.7 meters times 2. Okay? So, we're going to compute using your scientific calculators. So 2.7 meters times 2, that's 5.4 plus 55, that's 60 times 0.15, we get around 9.06 square meters. Now let's get the total area. So the total area is this one. We have 297 square meters plus 9.06 square meters. The total area is plus 297, 306.06 square meters. So this is the total area class for this entire wall project. Okay, now let's compute. First, we're going to assume what thickness the plastering will be. Now, for the sake of this study, let's say that the thickness is 20 millimeters for both sides. Then we'll use class C mix. Now, to compute for the total cement bags, we're going to multiply the area by, okay, so what's class C class? Class C mixture at 20 thickness, so that's 0.18 times 0.18. Now, you're going to have a total of, so you're going to need around 55.1 bags of cement. But you can't buy zero point 0.1 bags glass. So let's assume that we're going to need 56 bags just to be on the safer side. Now, to compute for the sand, we're going to multiply our area 306.06 by 0.020. So the total is 0.06 times 0.020 is 6.12 cubic meters. So let's assume that it's going to be 7 cubic meters. So that's it, class. If we're, that's the basic. Uh, that's the basic method in computing for the total number of bags of cement, the total number, quantity of sand you're going to use for your plastering. Okay, but the total quantity class when you already do your actual practice the formula presented by the books, it has a difference of around 10 to 15%. So if you want it to be more accurate, for example, if you have 56 bags here, then you're going to add 10 more percent to it. Okay, this, for the same thing with the sand, you're going to add 10 more percent. Okay, just to be on the safe side. So that's, I think that's what I found out during my experience. Okay, so it's not really what the result of the book is the same as you're going to need on the actual, because it's sometimes depends on your experience. There are some factors in happening in the site that you um, can't predict. Okay, so I hope that you learned something, especially in how to compute the quantity of cement and sand for plaster using the per square meter method. Okay, so if you have any questions, class, or inquiries, you can send an email to me or message me anytime in my Facebook account. Okay, so this is our lesson for this week. See you uh, next week, and stay safe, and um, God bless. Okay.